On today's episode of We Wonder Japan, we wrap up our big day trip from Tokyo at a ramen lover's paradise, easily one of the most unique spots we visited during this trip to Japan. We just made it to Yokohama. We're in Shin-Yokohama. We stopped at a Lawson's really quick. This is the biggest Lawson's I've ever seen in my life. We're headed to the Ramen Museum here in Shin-Yokohama. Guys, these are ramen plants. You grow these and eventually you can pull the noodles out of it. And that's how ramen's made. Opened in 1994, the Shin-Yokohama Ramen Museum set out to answer the question, why did ramen become such a big part of everyday life in Japan? The first floor is a very standard museum featuring different displays and exhibits going through the history and origin of ramen in Japan. This guy made instant noodles, guys. A legend. Changed the life of college students in America forever. Literally the train we were on today. These are so cool, man. Dude, I dream to eat at a ramen shop like this. Nate, there are ramen bowls everywhere, man. How were you not finding a ramen bowl the last time you were here, dude? This place is sick as F, dude. This is so cool. This place is amazing. It's, oh my god, is that?
It's a plushy ramen bowl, and then you can buy the noodles and stuff separately and like, there's one
I
display.
really enjoy that. There it is. And dude, ramen toilet paper? Yes, please. Bro,
Yum.
the gyoza pillow goes so hard.
That looks amazing.
Oh my god. I kept telling you. I tried to tell you, it's like 60s ramen Japan world.
I forgot, you just said museum.
Yeah, so they've got like an entire 60s Showa era ramen district rebuilt in this museum. It's absolutely insane. And down there, Cordelia, is, as far as I know, is where you can try smaller versions of different types of ramen to find which ones you like. You still have to pay for them, as far as I know, but they're like cheaper and smaller, so you can try them.
Yeah, that's a good way how to try.
Yeah, let's go down and check it out. That's right, the lower floors feature a recreated 50s, 60s Showa-era town. This post-war period in Japan is when ramen really took off as an everyday food. There are multiple ramen shops here, each representing a specific regional or historical style of ramen. The shops actually rotate over time, so there's always a reason to come back and revisit the museum. This is like legitimately so freaking cool. Look around. This is crazy. Like, you would have no idea upstairs that all this is down here. Legitimately almost feels like I'm outside, but like on a perfectly weathered day.
That's
right?
Sure.
It's crazy. It's so cool. Yeah, this place is awesome. As you guys can see, you can pick this small size. Might be hard to believe, but we're still in the ramen museum. There's all these signs. There's 6 different signs. Basically, down here in the little like Showa district that they built, there are 6 ramen shops, like fully built here as well. And you can order, like I was trying to show earlier, you can order a smaller size. It's still like 600-ish yen.
600, yeah, to 700.
But
Still not a lot.
like, so we both got different ones, so we're each going to like kind of share so we can see, and then we're gonna do like probably one more, because even with the small size, I mean 2 more, like
We'll
each
see
of
how
us.
small it is.
Yeah, let's see the actual size of it. But
Wait, this is the small bowl?
yeah. Okay, so the first 2 ramen are both like, they seem to be fish based. Not a big fan of that. The shoyu is, I liked it actually a lot until I tried hers. Hers is the shoyu miso, spicy miso shoyu, which has 0 spice because Japan's spice level is non-existent. It's alright. Neither of these are blowing us away by any means. Last night's ramen was definitely better. But we will try one more spot, 2 more ramen and 1 more spot, and we're going to be more selective. This time we only came to this one because it was number 1 outside on the, there's these like signs as 1 through 6. In our head at first we were gonna go through all 6, but these portions are actually,
They're gonna be smaller.
even though they're small, they're not like small. Okay, we found another one now. It's tonkatsu, which is what we had last night. This tonkatsu show you we can add different things in. They have things we can add into the ramen here. Hopefully this one's good. We looked at another one we thought about getting because they have menus outside, but then when we went to actually order it, a shellfish. And we're like, we don't want that. And then also we tried to just order one here because the small is still rather big if you want to try different ramen. And they do not let you. One person, one ramen. So we had to both get the same freaking ramen, the small size. I guess it's alright, it is what it is, as long as it's good. Okay, while I was filming that last video, these came out already. Now broth is so much better. But I don't think it's really like any garlic or anything. We might want to add some stuff. Probably. Yeah, but the broth just in general is way better, right? Yeah. She thinks she doesn't like tonkatsu. She hasn't realized that she does. This is the bathroom area. There's the men's bathroom door right there. It's set up to look like, I guess, an old train station, I think. I'm actually not sure, but it's really cool. It gives me like Silent Hill, Resident Evil vibes. After our ramen, we went up to the middle floor and found that this town recreation is much bigger than we first thought. All the hallways on this floor are built to look like alleyways straight out of 1950s Japan. When you think it's over, you turn a corner and it just keeps going. Guys, I was knocked out after having too much ramen and woke up. And I don't know where I am, but I think this is 1960s Japan. What in the world? And nobody's here. This is crazy. No, but real talk, this is awesome. They have just like, we almost missed it. We were getting ready to leave. And I'm like, Cordelia, can we look down here real quick? And found this whole freaking street that's just made to look exactly like 1960s Japan. It looks just like Silent Hill F, like in the early game before everything gets effed up. This is what it looks like. It's so cool. Alright, this place is just so much more than we even realized. We thought we knew, and it just keeps expanding. There's like a huge town basically up here. It's so much more. I've tried to show a lot of it. I don't know if I did it justice. More ramen shops upstairs, not just the ones downstairs. Now we're in a dessert shop, which is also still like classically designed. This place is so much more than just a ramen museum. And there's Cordelia. The camera decided to look at you. What? I don't know why I did that. Weird. The aesthetics are good. I don't know how it's gonna taste, but the aesthetics. In the next episode, we explore the tourist trap known as Tsukiji Market before heading over to the underrated gym of a district known as Odaiba. Keep wondering.